Let's start with something you're not going to fully understand. At least not yet. Because what I'm about to tell you is neither obvious nor comfortable.
Nor easy to digest. In fact, at first, it might make you uncomfortable. It might even make you doubt everything you think, about yourself, about others, about the world, but hold on. Because what's coming isn't a motivational speech. It's not a truth wrapped in pretty words. It's a punch-cold, calculated necessary. Have you ever felt like you know too much but can't say it? Like you're carrying a truth inside that no one is ready to hear, and you're not even sure if you want to reveal it. It's not paranoia, it's not a coincidence. It's instinct, the same instinct that, for centuries, has taught the cleverest to stay silent when everyone else is shouting, to observe when everyone else is exposing themselves. It's that inner whisper telling you, don't show your cards. Because, in a world where everyone is trying to know everything about you, those who stay silent dominate. And if right now you're feeling a strange discomfort, good, it's a sign. It means that what comes next is going to touch you, where you don't like being touched, in your need to be understood, validated, accepted. Think about this: how many times have you been brutally honest? And all you received was distance, mockery, or betrayal? How many times did you tell the truth, hoping for closeness only to become an easy target? Exactly because telling the truth isn't always liberating. Sometimes it's suicidal. And the worst part is we were raised to believe the opposite. We were taught that the truth is noble, that it must always come to light. But Machiavelli knew something you still haven't accepted. The truth isn't a right, it's a weapon. And those who don't know when to use it, or worse, when to hide it, are doomed to be pawns in someone else's game. Everything you've shown the world, everything you've said without thinking, every uncalculated moment of vulnerability has been recorded. Maybe not consciously, but it's there. And someone at some point will know how to use it. Because in this society, information no longer holds value. It dominates. People don't watch you to get to know you. They watch you to measure you, to find the points where you enter, where you fail, where you bleed. And if you're not willing to accept that, get ready to repeat the same pattern over and over. Trust, open up. Take the blow, but we didn't come here for your complaints. Number this video isn't a cradle for your emotional wounds. This video is a mirror, a knife. A damn alarm that you won't be able to ignore. Because I'm going to tell you what no one dares to say out loud. You're overexposed not for what you do, but for what you reveal without even realizing it. You've turned your life into a showcase, and you don't even know who's watching. Do you know why that's dangerous? Because predators don't warn you. They don't bark, they don't criticize. They just watch, they stay quiet, and they wait. And the most twisted part of all is that while you talk, they learn while you tell your fears. They study their uses while you vent on social media. They calibrate your fragility. Because yes, in this era where everyone talks, silence has become the greatest threat. And the truth, your truth, the one you defend so fiercely, the one that burns inside you and that you shout without a filter, is your most evident weakness. Machiavelli understood this centuries before you. Power isn't built by telling the truth. It's built by knowing when to say it, and most importantly, when to keep it silent. Because there are moments when the truth isn't light. It's dynamite, and every poorly placed word can blow you to pieces. So stop thinking that silence is cowardice, because it's not. Silence is strategy. It's intelligence, it's survival. Those who don't know how to be silent don't know how to dominate. And if you're still trapped in the illusion that being authentic will make you untouchable, you need to watch this until the end, because what I'm going to reveal to you isn't just a way of understanding the truth. It's a way of using it, turning it into a shield. a sword, and art. Welcome to a world where appearances weigh more than intentions, where truth isn't shouted, it's dosed, where every word you utter can be a bullet or rope. And you decide who fires or worse, who tightens the knot. Do you know what the greatest enemy of the truth is? It's not the lie, it's transparency without control. That desperate need people have to become completely visible, to put every thought, every emotion, every mistake on the table, as if that would make them more human, more real, more trustworthy. But they don't realize that in the process, they're giving up the only power that truly matters. Mystery, because truth, when shown without measure, loses its value in you. When you expose yourself without a filter, lose your advantage. Today people confuse authenticity with emotional nudity. They believe that being honest is telling it all, showing it all, reacting to everything. They go to great lengths to share their misery, their frustrations, their emptiness, as if that creates real connections. But it doesn't. What it actually builds is a file, a complete map of your insecurities, your limits, your soft spots. And who do you think is collecting that data exactly? Not your friends, not your partner, not even the audience you think you're inspiring. It's collected by those who stay silent, the ones who know how to listen in order to use, the ones who understand that in this world, those who have the information have the control. And here comes something even more dangerous, the illusion of a safe environment. That psychological trick that makes you think you can be yourself without consequences, that you can speak from the heart without paying a price. But let me give you something harsh. There's no such thing as a completely safe environment. Not even with the people you love most. Because everyone at some point responds to their own interests. And if they don't know what to do with the truth you gave them, they'll end up using it unintentionally against you. The most tragic thing is that many people already know this. They've experienced it, and yet they keep doing it. They keep telling everything, hoping that this time will be different, that this time they'll be understood, that this time no one will betray them. But what they don't understand is that the problem isn't the other person. The problem is the expectation, the naivety of believing that being vulnerable will make them invincible. Do you know who never falls into that trap? The truly powerful, because they don't reveal what they feel. They don't explain what they think. They don't justify their actions. They don't need to. They understood long ago that mystery isn't weakness. It's control, that silence isn't emptiness. It's strategy, and that not saying what you know is often more useful than saying it all. Because poorly managed information isn't knowledge. It's exposure. And here comes another essential element that few see coming. Emotional debt. That silent trap created when you give access to your truth, expecting to receive understanding in return. But most people don't know what to do with it. And the worst part, many don't even want to know so much. But since you gave it to them, they feel like they now have power, and you unknowingly became their hostage. Not because they directly blackmail you, but because you chained yourself to the idea that now they know you. Now they have something of yours. And that's where people start to walk in fear, where they stop moving freely, because they fear someone will reveal what they themselves told. Do you see the cycle? You thought that telling the truth would set you free, but what you did was hand over your keys. And do you know the most ironic part? Sometimes you don't even need to be betrayed. Just knowing that they could do it has already given them an advantage. Now tell me, how many times have you felt emotionally indebted to someone just because they know something important about you? How many decisions have you not made for fear that it gets out? How many times have you held back, not out of ethics, but out of fear? And worse yet, how many times have you done what you didn't want to? Just to protect the truth you yourself let go. There's the real cost. It's not judgment, it's self-censorship. It's becoming the guardian of a prison you built yourself because you thought speaking would set you free. But you didn't realize that freedom isn't in saying everything you think. It's in deciding with surgical precision what to say, when to say it, and to whom. Truth, when not regulated, becomes a slow poison, and you don't notice until it's too late. Until you're emotionally dependent on others not using it. Until you live with the break, unafraid that that honesty you so celebrated will become your greatest threat. That's why what Machiavelli taught us isn't cynicism. It's vision he understood before anyone else. That knowledge not shared is accumulated power. That emotions not expressed aren't repression. They're protection. That truth, far from being sacred, is a resource. And like any resource, it must be managed. Do you want to know who the most dangerous people are in this era of overexposure? The ones who smile without saying anything. The ones who listen more than they talk. The ones who can know your secrets and not reveal a single gesture. The ones who master the art of waiting, of subtlety, of restraint. Because while you talk, they think. While you scream, they decide. And when you think you have control, it's already too late. So repeat it until it's engraved in you. Truth is valuable, but not free. Not everyone deserves to have it. Not everyone will know what to do with it. And you don't have to give it away. Because the world doesn't reward the one who shows themselves. Without filters, it rewards the one who knows when to cover their face. The one who can build in the shadow. The one who gets underestimated. Because nothing is more deadly than the silence of someone who knows everything and says nothing. And if you still doubt all of this, if you feel like I'm exaggerating, I'll leave you with one last question for you to chew on in solitude. What was the last truth you told that you later wished you had kept? And do you know what's the darkest part of all of this? That even if you've understood every word, even if something inside you has started to awaken, there's still a part that resists, a part that wants to keep believing that you can be completely honest and walk away unscathed, that wants to keep shouting your truth with the childish hope that this time someone will understand it. But let me burst that bubble with surgical precision. Not everyone deserves to know you. Not everyone should have access to what you are. Because listen carefully, there's a huge difference between being authentic and being naive. And naivete comes at a high price. People want to know about you, yes, but not to take care of you. They want to know to position you, to understand how far they can go with you, to measure how manageable you are. And if you give them all the data, if you hand them the complete map of your mind, your emotions, your weaknesses, then they won't respect you. They'll control you, because in this game, the one who reveals the most loses the most. Do you realize the brutal truth now? You don't have to say everything you feel to be authentic. You don't have to open up completely to have depth. Sometimes silence isn't an omission, it's a declaration, a wall. A code that only the wise know how to read. Because being secretive isn't coldness, it's high-level protection. It's emotional strategy, it's selective survival. And there's something else. Something I haven't told you yet. Something few are willing to accept. Your story doesn't need to be understood to be real. No one needs to understand you for your truth to exist. You didn't come here to be explained. You came to build something so solid that it doesn't even need words to impose itself. Most people live with an insatiable need for validation. But the true architects of power live in the shadow of their own law. They don't need to explain their steps. They just walk, and the ground shakes afterward. So now it's up to you to decide. Are you going to keep giving away pieces of yourself To those who can't even take care of themselves, are you going to keep believing your value lies in being understood? Or are you going to start building a silent, selective, and lethal power? Because what starts today, if you have the courage to apply it, is a transformation. A mental evolution. You're going to learn to observe without being detected, to listen more than you talk, to respond less, to analyze more, to save, to dose. And then one day people will start noticing. They'll feel something different in you. They'll realize they can't read you the same way, that they don't know where to enter anymore. And in that exact moment, without saying a word, you'll have won. So here ends this message. But maybe here begins your new life. A life where you're not obliged to tell your story, only to write it with such precision that anyone who sees it has no choice but to respect it, without fully knowing how you did it. And if you've made it this far, it's not a coincidence. It's because something inside you is ready to mutate, to become more strategic, more calculating, more dangerous. I want you to leave a mark, but not a loud mark, not a desperate scream. A mark no one will see coming, but everyone will feel like the wind before the storm. Now listen carefully. If this video twisted something inside you, if you feel like something has been reconfigured, I want you to go down to the comments and write a phrase. Power isn't spoken. It's felt that way, I'll know. You're one of the few who are truly willing to change the rules of the game from the shadows. And if you want more content like this, if you want to keep feeding that part of you that doesn't seek to be seen but to be unstoppable, subscribe. But do so knowing that this channel isn't made for everyone. We're not here to motivate you. We're here to deprogram you. See you in the next video or not. Because maybe you're already operating on another level. And on that level, silence will be your new voice. Disconnecting here, but you start moving without noise. Because those who make history never ask for permission. They just leave echoes that are impossible to ignore.